Sarah's trembling fingers hovered over the send button, tears blurring her vision as she typed the desperate message. I don't know how we'll make it through another week. The eviction notice came today. She hit send, believing she was texting her sister. Instead, that message landed in the inbox of one of the wealthiest men in the country, a wrong number that would alter the course of her life in ways she could never imagine. Before we continue this incredible journey, if you're touched by what you're about to hear, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more life-changing stories that remind us how unexpected connections can transform lives. The notification chimed on Marcus Blackwell's phone during a board meeting. The 42-year-old tech billionaire glanced down, expecting another business update. Instead, he saw a message clearly not meant for him, a glimpse into someone's darkest hour. Most people would have ignored it or sent a quick, wrong number, reply. But something about the raw desperation in those words made Marcus pause. Sarah Jenkins sat on the floor of her small apartment, surrounded by past due bills. At 34, she'd never imagined this would be her life, a single mother of two working 3 part-time jobs after her husband abandoned them following their daughter Emma's leukemia diagnosis. The medical bills had consumed their savings, and now, with rent 3 weeks overdue, she had nowhere left to turn. When her phone buzzed with a reply, she expected her sister's familiar comfort. Instead, she read, I don't think I'm who you meant to text, but I'd like to help if I can. What's your situation? Sarah stared at the message, embarrassment washing over her. She quickly typed an apology, explaining her mistake. She was about to delete the original message when another text came through. Please, tell me more. Sometimes strangers can help when family can't. Something in the simple kindness of those words broke the dam. Sarah found herself pouring out her story to this unknown number, her daughter's illness, her husband's abandonment, the mounting bills, and the looming homelessness that terrified her every waking moment. Marcus read each message, sitting alone in his penthouse office after the meeting. Born into poverty himself before building his tech empire, something about Sarah's struggle resonated deeply. He'd spent years donating to charities, but this direct connection to someone's suffering felt different, immediate and personal. I'd like to help, he wrote. Not just with money, but with solutions. Would you be comfortable speaking on the phone? Sarah hesitated. In her vulnerable state, she worried this might be some kind of scam. But desperation pushed her to take the risk. When the call connected, the man's voice was gentle but confident. My name is Marcus Blackwell, he said simply. Sarah nearly dropped her phone. Everyone knew that name, the founder of Blackwell Technologies, whose face occasionally appeared on business magazines. This has to be a joke, she stammered. It's not, he assured her. And I believe things happen for a reason. Your text reached me for a reason. That night, while her children slept, Sarah and Marcus talked for hours. He listened more than he spoke, asking thoughtful questions about her skills, her dreams before life had derailed them, and what she would do if survival wasn't her only focus. I was studying nursing before I got pregnant with Tyler, she admitted. I always wanted to help people. The next morning, a courier arrived with an envelope. Inside was a cashier's check that would cover 6 months of rent and utilities, along with a note, this buys you time. The rest is just the beginning. Sarah collapsed onto her sofa, sobbing with relief. But Marcus's help didn't stop with financial rescue. Over the following weeks, he connected Sarah with specialists for Emma's treatment, introduced her to a program that would allow her to complete her nursing degree online while caring for her children, and even arranged for a reliable car to replace her failing one. Why are you doing all this? Sarah asked during one of their weekly check-ins. Marcus was silent for a moment. 20 years ago, my mother was in your position, single, struggling, with a sick child. Me. But she had no one who stepped in. She worked herself to death before I could make enough money to help her. I can't go back and change that, but I can change this. As months passed, their relationship evolved from benefactor and recipient to genuine friendship. Marcus found himself sharing the loneliness of his position, how wealth had isolated him from authentic connections. Sarah offered him something his money couldn't buy, honest conversation without agenda. Emma's health improved with access to better treatment. Tyler, Sarah's 10-year-old son, blossomed with the stability that had returned to their lives. And Sarah herself transformed, completing her nursing courses with distinction while starting a small support group for other single parents of children with serious illnesses. On the 1-year anniversary of her accidental text, Sarah received another message from Marcus: "Check your email." The email contained documentation for a new foundation, the Second Chance Initiative, with Sarah named as its director. Its mission: to identify and support single parents facing catastrophic medical situations with their children. "You understand this struggle in ways I never could," Marcus explained when they met to discuss it. "Your experience is the expertise this foundation needs. I'm just providing the resources." Sarah's eyes filled with tears. "You've given me back my life." Marcus shook his head. "No. You've shown me what to do with mine." The foundation quickly grew, helping dozens, then hundreds of families facing similar circumstances. Sarah's personal touch and Marcus's resources proved a powerful combination. Their story, when it eventually became public, inspired a movement of direct giving and personal involvement among the wealthy. 3 years after that mistaken text, Sarah stood on a stage at a fundraising gala, her healthy daughter and proud son watching from the front row. "Sometimes our greatest mistakes lead us exactly where we need to go," she told the audience. One wrong number connected two people who needed each other in entirely different ways. In the back of the room, Marcus listened, no longer the isolated billionaire. The foundation had given him purpose beyond accumulation of wealth, and Sarah's friendship had given him perspective money couldn't buy. That night, as they celebrated another successful fundraiser, Sarah showed Marcus a new text she'd received, from a mother in circumstances painfully similar to where Sarah had been 3 years earlier. "What should I tell her?" Sarah asked. Marcus smiled. "Tell her that sometimes help comes from the most unexpected places. And then let's get to work." Their story spread, inspiring others to reach out, to respond to strangers in need, to recognize that sometimes the most meaningful connections begin with mistakes. The foundation expanded internationally, creating a network of support that caught families before they fell through society's cracks. And it all began with a desperate text sent to the wrong number, a mistake that proved that sometimes, when we're at our lowest point, the universe finds a way to connect us to exactly who we need. If this story touched your heart, remember that kindness doesn't require billions, just the willingness to respond when someone reaches out, even by mistake. Like and subscribe for more stories that remind us how unexpected connections can change everything, and how sometimes, our greatest mistakes lead to our most beautiful beginnings.